We need to talk.
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 Welcome back to We Need to Talk, episode number 19. I'm your host, MR.KOA, alongside
Top Boy.
And it is Victoria Day today. We still working. It's a holiday for everybody else, but not for us. That's a lie. We don't work today. We both are off today. But we decided to do it a little bit earlier today. Usually we record on Mondays at 7. So we we can push it up a little bit. We got some free time now. We got a special guest today. Birthday boy. It's also known, his name is Kadeem Johnson. He is the brother of Zamore Johnson, also known as Top Boy.
We don't sound the same, so I'm just going to say that right off the bat.
I know you think that is Zamore saying that. That is Kadeem.
It is me, Kadeem the Dream.
Kadeem. What dream?
Everyone just calls me
No
Kadeem
one
the
calls you.
What are you talking about?
Who calls you Kadeem the Dream?
Don't worry about that. But, that's neither here nor there. But
was that a self-proclaimed nickname?
No. Actually, one of our uncles.
No, he knows him.
Oh, yeah. You know Tennyson.
Oh, yeah. I know Tennyson. Yeah.
He just always...
He just called you Kadeem the Dream?
No, he would just say Dream.
Oh, Dream.
And you
roll with it.
I just rolled with it.
And now you lie and say people...
No, but people actually call me Dream or Kadeem the Dream, as a joke. But
that's your Instagram handle.
But no, I mean, even before it's my Instagram handle, that was just my nickname.
Okay,
some people will call me they'll say oh, you look like Mos Def, but
You do.
I don't see that.
You does. You does. Okay, fine. Let's do a quick segue. What are your dreams? What do you do? How do people get to find you? What are you into? What do you likes, dislikes?
Okay.
What's your shit? Kadeem the Dream.
Well, right now, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really doing anything fun and exciting that's
all perspective.
As much as I'd like to right now. Just kind of working, trying to save some money so I can. Kind of aspire to do more of my dreams,
Which is what? What are your dreams? Which is
well, I love to last year I did a lot of traveling, right?
Okay.
So this year and all of last year while I was doing the traveling that I did, last year I went to Europe with some of my friends, and I went to New York. I've always kind of been interested in different forms of art, because I've always been I was drawing since I was really young. But
are you an artist? Would you consider yourself an artist?
I would, but I'm not gonna say that I'm a devout artist where I'm drawing 24/7 and everything.
You don't have to be,
but nowadays, or even these past couple of years, I've been interested in more so things like fashion and even photography, and just kind of, because the way I look at it, there's art in just about anything that
absolutely
you're interested in, right?
That's my brand, King of Arts. Plug.
Yeah. So I've all of last year and this year, I've been trying to kind of figure out a way that I can kind of express myself through different forms of art, trying to kind of figure out what inspires people, because I know a lot of cool people, right?
Of course.
I think you guys are cool, not just because Zamore's my brother.
Thank you, young man.
Because you have me on here, but
appreciate it.
I'm interested in it's hard to explain what I want to do, but
I feel you.
If you know things if you know things like Hype Beast and Complex, where they kind of cover everything in pop culture.
Yeah.
I would like to do something like that, but I don't want to just cover what's popping.
Okay, so here's a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
What is your day job right now?
I work at Apple.
Work at Apple.
Yeah.
Okay. So as a genius, is that what they call it?
No, I'm not. I am a genius, but I don't work there as a genius.
What's your role at Apple?
I am a specialist.
Oh, specialist.
As a specialist.
Stupid ass titles at Apple cheese me so much. Okay, so your day job is a specialist at Apple. If I was to ask people these questions, especially other creatives like myself, if money didn't exist, what would you be doing right now?
If money didn't exist,
if money did not exist, if you're just you don't have to pay bills, you have to do
wasn't
shit.
an issue, yeah.
If you don't have to pay bills, you have to worry about jack. Just do what you do. What would you do right now? What would your daily thing? How would your Monday start? You wake up and do what?
I wake up when I feel like it.
Okay.
Because money isn't an issue.
Wow. Okay.
Normally on
Monday, you start off lazy. Sure. Okay.
Well, the thing. Okay. If money wasn't an issue, I would just love to kind of I'd love to travel and just kind of document how people like how different people in different cultures like live their lives and kind of find enjoyment. Because
So you would wake up and travel to different places.
well, you're asking.
I'm reiterating what you're
Yeah.
saying. Your thing, if money did not exist, would be Kareem is going to travel the world, different places,
Exactly.
and just people watch.
That would be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm not judging.
Yeah.
I just want to know what would bring joy to your life.
Yeah.
To just travel the world and just people watch.
That's
and
what you gotta
document.
do. You know what you gotta do though?
What?
When you travel to a different city or whatever.
Yeah.
If you really, I'm giving you y'all gems right now.
Oh, this is a gem.
This is a gem.
You just turned 23.
I've
just
been
secco.
given
just secco these gems, but continue.
What you gotta do is when you're in a new city, if you really wanna, know how how it works, you just gotta like chill on the block for like a good 15 minutes or so and just people
outside.
watch. Just people watch. Trust me.
Trust you.
Trust me.
Okay.
Yeah, just
All
do
right.
that. Next time y'all go to New York,
Yeah.
I didn't get an invite last time. That's cool.
Hey, bring your brother. That's not me.
But
I'm not involved.
yeah,
I'll
y'all
talk to your boy.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'd people watch and kind of because I think, like I said, I'd love to find like how different cultures, like and different
Coexist,
people,
yeah.
they enjoy themselves, and I'd love to try bring it all together
Right,
because.
So would you take when you get that information? Then what? Are you creating a book with that? Like what? You just want to have it in your laptop? Just this is what I saw in Africa. This is what I saw in Europe. Like what would you do with that? This is what I saw.
Yeah.
Okay, this is nice. and then what? Like would you put that into a book? Would you create something with it? Like what would be?
See, that's a great thing about like the world we live in now that you have so many different like avenues on what you could do with that information.
I'm asking you.
If I
what
would
you do?
what
I
I
don't care
would do,
what's generally out there.
okay, what I would do right now is that shit would be on my Instagram, like but I will say that I'd love to put that into a more, I'd say, respectable like format because everyone has Instagram.
Right.
Here's some cool pics from traveling, but I've been working towards like having like my own website and eventually like not a book, but I would love to have like a quarterly magazine of some sorts where it covers kind of like I said, not like what's popping in pop, because I tried to do that before a couple years ago. I had a blog with some friends and it was cool, but I find that when you're just starting out and you're trying to cover things in pop culture and you're covering like, oh, Drake just dropped a song, here's what it is, like here's our take on it, people are like, okay, who are you, Kadeem? Like, why do I
clout? You have no clout.
I have no clout. So what I'd like to do is, because why I'm so interested in like people watching and traveling is because that's something that regardless of who you are,
right,
if you show that it's if your stuff is dope and you put it out to the world, people are gonna gravitate towards it. People are gonna find it interesting.
I agree. So to sum that up, Kareem wants to be a professional creep. All right.
Yeah.
So
there's levels.
there's levels to the creepness. So did you know anything? Did you know anything about your brother?
Yeah.
You knew all this?
Yeah.
You knew you wanted to be a professional creep.
I wouldn't call it a creep, but I knew this is what he wanted to do.
I'll just bug you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we get into so every week we do questions, as you know. You follow the page. Ask WNTT. People drop questions. Some ridiculous, some nonsense, some good, some great, some better than others.
All right.
The stupid ones usually don't get addressed unless they're have some type of interesting convo behind it. But we typically have getting some good questions. So someone has these.
Yeah. So for the first one, Kyle McLaren 7, he asked, Can someone who likes space and someone who hates space ever find a happy medium or median? Sorry.
So sorry. The question was: does someone that likes space and someone that doesn't like space find a happy medium?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Like,
and how?
Well, it's all about like.
What do you like? Do you like space? Like, are you the type of person that needs to be like around your significant other like quite a bit? You got to see them every day.
I don't see Sumiko every day, but like we see each other like probably a couple times a week if we can. But I think like it's all about like I guess how you work towards the happy medium. Because if someone is adamant on having space,
right, and
someone isn't, they don't like they want space all the time. It's not like you could just immediately just be like
just
look,
jump in.
Yeah, look, I need my space. And I want and the other person they're not used to that. I think it's about like kind of working towards that, because I don't know, I can't really speak about that like on experience, but I think it could be done, because I'm sure there's people that probably they've been single for a while or whatever. Right. They've been out doing their thing. Yeah. And they're used to just kind of being on their you know, on their ones. And then they're with someone, and then they're like, all of a sudden like a switch is flipped, and then they're finding themselves with them like 24/7. That's kind of what happened with Samiko and I. Yeah. So like, you know, I was single for a while, and then like we went on a date. Yeah. We went on a date on like on a Wednesday, and then the next date was on the Friday, and then it was on the Sunday, and then it was just like it came like a weekly thing. Right. So I think it could be done. It's just some people just don't know how to go about like approaching that medium.
I think I prefer a balance. Yeah. There's days I just want my space just to do my shit, just to work on whatever projects I have, and then there's days where like you're fine being with the person. You're fine spending an entire day with the person, right? I think it's better and probably more advantageous for people to find someone who are opposites. Yeah. So I think it definitely can work. There's one person that's like really used to being around somebody, and one person that's not used to being around somebody. When they meet each other, I think they both take bits and pieces from the other person. Yeah. So it's like, I'm so used to being my own shit, don't share anything, my own projects. I don't share anything I'm doing with anybody else. And you meet someone that's telling you everything, sharing everything with you. Like, naturally, if someone keeps sharing stuff with you, you're going to open up. Like, even if you're a cold, shallow ass, like, to yourself, very introverted person, even if I'm telling you everything, like, hey, this is how my day went, this is how this is, blah, 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 and you're not giving anything back, eventually you're going to naturally just open up. Yeah. Right? And vice versa. Like the person that might share so many things and they realize you're not as open about certain things, they might tone it down a little bit. That's true. Right? They'd be like, okay, well, maybe I feel like I'm telling you way too much. So like, let me tone down a little bit. I think you guys both kind of get to reach a point where it's like, you just have to understand it's like our personalities are different, but if you guys are both into each other, you're going to come to a common ground eventually. Right? Yeah, that's true. Or else you're just not, you clearly don't like the person enough. If that's exactly,
yeah, right, yeah. Well, it can work. Yeah, if you like the person, it can work.
You have a take on that? It's about the same.
Yeah, it's a mix of like both of what you guys said. I feel like the biggest thing is like what Kadeem said. It's like how you go about actually trying to like work towards that medium, right? Because like for me, like you said, there's some days where I just want to like work on my own thing. There, quite frankly, some days where I just want to do nothing. Like I just want to be myself and do nothing, right? And it can be difficult to have that conversation with your partner where you just want to say like, I don't have anything against you.
I just want to see you.
I just don't want to see you today, right? And it has nothing to do with me not liking you. It's just because
you know what you got to do in that situation. What? You lie.
What do you mean?
You lie. You lie.
Kadeem is amazing.
What do you mean you lie? Go
I'm
on.
sick.
So what happened is I got called into. No, I'm playing. I got called into. No, don't lie.
This guy's very specific. You know you've used examples before.
I'm sick. I really want to see you today, but I just rather just be in my bed. You don't want to catch a flu. Trust me. Like, no, you can come. Oh, I can come help. No, I don't need help.
You know what's
no,
funny?
I'll be good. Like my mom's here. Like she's
coming. Every single man or woman has used this excuse before.
I'm sick.
No, I'm just sick or just lied about some shit.
I don't want you to get sick too.
Yeah, like, I don't want you to catch something going around.
Meanwhile, you're just at home playing video games.
Playing FIFA.
Ever put on the tired voice?
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. Just what am I feeling right now? I know you're not doing shit. All right, goodbye.
Okay. Next question. It's Bianca Rose. She asks, is trust something that should be given from the beginning of any relationship, or is it something to be gained over time?
Trust.
Well, if you're with that person, like, I feel like, you know, you should trust them initially off the bat.
He's saying from like if you're not before you're even with them. Like
no. Is trust something that should be given from the beginning of any relationship?
Oh, relationships. You already started dating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I mean, trust you give. Like, okay, if you started dating that person, I think you should initially give that person your trust.
Right.
It's up to how they treat you or whatever, what actions that they do past that will like lead to that trust being broken or whatever. Because it's like I can't just be like I can't be with someone and be like I don't trust them, but I'm with them. I got to see what they do first and then even trust them. Like that doesn't really make sense to me. So I think it should be something that's given at initially, and then like I said, whatever happens, then it could be broken.
I agree. I think I've actually had a discussion recently. Was that just people often enter relationships with baggage from the last relationship, right? And the trust issue thing comes from, like, I actually have a quote say, we don't have trust issues, we have pattern recognition, which is like, we don't really have I don't have an issue with trusting people, but people have issues based on the patterns they've seen. They just put that pattern onto you. Be like, oh, I've seen this track record of guys I've met or girls I've met, they've all done this to me, so by default you're gonna do the same thing to me because that's just what I've been used to, so I just have bad luck and blah, like at the wrong end of the stick, like whatever. Like people put themselves in the mentality where it's like everyone else I've met is like this, so you're probably like this too, and they just kind of have a wall up, right? The way I look at things is that, like, everyone I meet, any relationship I start it's a completely new playing field. Like, you have nothing to do with the person I've been before. Like, you were completely independent. You don't know the person I was with before. You have nothing to do with them. You didn't hurt me. Like, I just met you. So for me to put that burden on you just because of my own, like, distrust or, like, my own issue with that isn't fair to you, right?
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. If you do something that causes me not to trust you, that's something that you have done. And that's when your trust can change. But I can't start talking to you, not trusting you because of fear that something might happen to me that happened in the past. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
May as well just
don't talk to anybody.
Just stay at home.
Your trust should, I think going into a relationship, it should be at like a neutral level, and then the way I like picture it, if I was picturing it in my head, it's like every situation or interaction we go through moving forward, like, my trust either like goes down or it goes up with you, right? And just because it goes down doesn't mean that, like, you can't
get it back.
You can't get it back. You can't work through certain situations, right? It all depends on, like, if the person who, like, broke your trust, like, is willing to try and work through it, and if you want to allow that to happen. There's a lot of cheesy quotes regarding trust, but the truth is, like, if someone, like, does something to, like, make you not want to trust them as much, or, like, shake in a relationship, it can always be won back. It just depends on if the person will allow it, or, like, if you're willing to actually work through it, right? Because to Ryan's point about the whole, like, pattern recognition thing, like, you could have been in a relationship in the past where someone broke your trust, and then, like, you kept giving them chances to win it back, and they just kept fucking it up, right? So then going into a new relationship, you're like, I don't want to trust no one, because like, people always break it, right? But you just have to treat every relationship as, like, its own individual thing. Like,
it's all brand new.
It's not fair.
You have nothing to do with the person before you.
So it's not fair to, like, relate everything to your past relationships, right?
Well, one thing to branch off of that. So there's a big difference between trusting somebody and your willingness to disclose things.
Yeah.
So how do you feel? At what stage? I can't even say stage because it's all
like relative.
It's all relative to how you feel about a person. But generally, is there a certain point that you reach where you feel like I could share a little bit more? Because, like, for example, if I meet somebody, I'm not telling them about my family problems or, like, anything that's going on in my life. Like, you'll tell them the generic stuff for the most part. That's nothing to do with trusting you. I can trust you as a person, but if some shit goes down in my life, I'm not like, yo, honestly, like, I'm not opening up to just anybody. You know what I'm saying? So is there a certain stage that you feel, is there a certain point that you reach where you can sense that, like, like, I feel like this is the right time for me to share some deeper stuff?
It's like you said, it's all kind of,
because eventually at the start everyone gets to surface, right?
Yeah.
Everyone gets to house things. Yeah, everything's good, even though some shit, your mom's sick or whatever. Like, yeah, I'm cool, I'm good. Like, there's a point where you're like, you know what, my mom's sick. Like, there's is there something that triggers that switch, or you're like, you know what, I feel okay disclosing some more with this person? Yeah,
I mean, I think it's relative to, like, just the connection that you feel with that person. Because what's crazy is when you look at it, you may have some friends that you've had for so long, and you may not even tell them like everything, you know. But you can you know, be in a relationship with someone, or you can, and that relationship, in the scheme of things, compared to some of how long your friendships are,
Right.
you're disclosing your more personal things to that person. But, you know, like I said, you've known some of your friends longer.
Yeah.
So, like, I think it's really about the connection you feel with that person, because...
Do you think, or are you typically the person to disclose first? Or is it something you kind of wait for them to gauge, and then you're like, okay, she shared a little bit of me, I'm gonna give you something, or are you usually like, you know what, I'm gonna do it first and kind of...
I'm happy you said that, because I'm gonna bring something like that up later, because it doesn't really matter to me. Like, I know there's a lot of like there's a lot of stigmas out there or whatever, like people that will be like, or girls may say, well, he should text me first, things like that. And I don't subscribe to those things, you know. I mean, I'll definitely open up first if I feel like it. I won't like be like, okay, well, they're not opening up, I'm not gonna open. If I feel that connection with that person, whether it's I'm in a relationship with that person or it's one of like my friends, then like I don't really care.
Question after that: do you feel a certain way if you open up first? And she doesn't open it back?
Not really, because
you feel no way if you're like, I opened up to you and she's like, okay. Like,
what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, if you tell her something
like
personal about yourself,
like something she's not reciprocating. Like, it's like you felt comfortable enough there. Like, you know what, this was been going on, blah blah. Like for example, you both asked a question: how's your weekend been? For you, it's like, you know what, this been going on, struggling with this, yada yada. And then she's like, oh, okay, like, you know, she understands. And then, how's your weekend? It was alright.
Maybe her weekend was alright. Like,
what if every weekend is alright?
Then I don't know. Like, then I would, knowing me, Zamora will tell you, like, I'll just be like, nah, like, really, what's going on?
Yeah, so you'll pry. You'll
I'll be like, nah, come on.
Yeah. And then she's still not.
Then I'd be like, this is kind of messed up, because
I just want the honest truth. Like, it is messed up.
Zamora knows. I align with Larry David. Larry David is a social assassin.
Right.
He does not like, you know, he doesn't care about social cues or social norms. Like, and I'm very much like that sometimes, not all the time. But yeah, I mean, there's certain things where I'm like, if that was the case where, you know, I'm opening up or whatever, and then it's like I'm talking to a brick wall. Yeah. I'm just like, okay.
No, what if it's not a brick wall? Like, what if she's really into what you're saying?
Yeah.
Super supportive of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Just not reciprocal. That doesn't mean that it's not a brick wall. If you say something, they're like, oh, they're very reciprocal. Like, they're responding, give you advice for your shit, but then not disclosing on there. That's not a brick wall. That's just
okay. That's fair. Now, in that case, I would still say like, hey, like, you know, I've opened up. Is, you know. I wouldn't, because the thing is, I'm never going to demand that someone open up to me, or I'm never going to expect someone to open up to me. But I would say that, you know, like, if you feel comfortable to do so, if you don't feel comfortable to do so, like I feel a certain way about that because I've opened up to you. But like, I'm not gonna say like, yo, look, I told you this, that, and the third, like, what's going on? But
see, I only think it's an issue if it's a repeated thing, like it's happening over time, right? Because like you said, no one's obligated to tell you like what's going on in their personal life. But if it's been like a couple months, right, and I don't really know much about what's going on, and I've been doing my due diligence by asking you, that's when I'm probably gonna start reevaluating the relationship, right? Because I'm just gonna be like, It's a weird thing to think about.
No,
right?
I know.
I don't.
I know what you mean.
It's not like I go into a relationship thinking, all right, the person I'm with, like, they're gonna tell me everything going on about themselves, right?
Absolutely not.
But at the same time, it's like, if I'm in a relationship with you and like I don't really know what's going on in like your family life or like personal life, if you've been dating for a while, then that's when I'm gonna start to question.
Just fucking.
Yeah, we just.
I guess this is just sex then. Clearly. Fair enough. Actually, wait, one more. Shit. Have you ever said I love you to a girl and not meant it?
No, I haven't.
No, I actually meant it.
No,
You said no, right?
no, like I haven't said it, and then I like
And not meant it.
yeah, no.
Have you ever said I love you to a girl and not meant it? And the reason I'm asking is because we're talking about disclosing things. There are times where, more times than not, the girl might say I love you first. And then out of need or niceness or guilt or whatever, guys tend to say I love you back. And I can say I've done it before.
The only time,
And it's not that you didn't care about them. You might have not loved them, but since you do care about them, they say I love you. You're like, I'm gonna say okay. Like
the only time I've ever
Good looks, my guy.
don't if you love me, okay.
the only time I've ever like said the only time I've ever said I love you to a girl and I didn't mean it 100%
Right.
is if like the relationship was like waning, kind of like if I was nearing the point where I'm like, this relationship isn't gonna work.
Or you're saying like you meant that first, but later on,
Yeah, I've never been in a case where a girl said I love you to me and like I wasn't there yet.
Yeah,
so
luckily
every
I've never
time
been
every
there.
time a girl said I love you, you were at the exact same level when she was there. You think?
It's only been when we've been dating. Yeah, there's never been a girl who said I love you first to me and then I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, just because you're dating doesn't mean you love the person. But I'm saying, so every relationship you've been in, that you've been with them, when the topic of I loved you came up, you both been at the same level. You think?
I meant it. Yeah,
You feel it?
when she said
Yeah,
that.
luckily I've never been in a situation where someone said that and then I've been like, I've had to be put on the spot. Like, yeah.
Fuck, I'm an asshole then.
Well, wait, let me ask you guys this.
I guess I'm a fucking
I have a
asshole.
question. Let me ask
I
you-
tried to make my
Let me
bad.
ask you guys this.
I guess
Have you
I tried to
ever-
be nice, and I guess I'm an asshole in the group. So that's
Have you
fine.
guys ever told someone that like you like them or like you kind of had feelings for them and then they were just not feeling it back? Because I'm interested.
Oh,
because women
like didn't get the
yeah,
feeling back?
because we said
Like,
we
opened up and-
we said this about like women telling us this, right?
Right.
And then we're like, nah, or like I don't feel the same way kind of
Right.
thing. But I'm pretty sure like a lot of women would like to hear if we've been on the other side of that, right? And I'm not ashamed to say it. Like I definitely have.
You
Like,
have? Like,
I said it's only happened to me once.
How did you say it? Like I like you?
No, I didn't say I like you. It was like a long term thing.
Okay.
And like
Like you're talking for a while.
yes and no.
I don't feel comfortable with your arm around my back like this.
Oh, I can't stretch out my arm on my own couch.
Okay,
This
I'm
guy.
I'm just saying.
Look at this.
So continue.
This is why black men can't
Okay,
be
fine.
close.
You want me to snuggle up? So what do you want? Where's the line then?
Not comfortable in your masculinity.
Wow. Okay, so you want me to come on your armpit? Where's the line? Tell me where the line is then.
Anyway,
Yeah.
not like it was one of the. It's so funny talking about this, but
Go ahead.
essentially, like it was one of those situations where, like people just kind of thought like, "Yo, are you two dating?"
Right.
This isn't the same situation. That's a little different. It was like, "You two dating?" And it's like, no, and it had been going on for years, right? So when I was single, not in my last relationship, but before that, I kind of brought up the idea that like, you know, like we're both really cool, like.
Maybe we should.
And I'm just like,
You shot your shot. You're like,
Shot player.
took my,
Hey.
I took
Maybe
my,
we should just.
I took my
No,
shot,
it's no.
and it literally
that was a pass. That was a pass.
Yeah, it literally just did not work out. Like she was like, nah, I
So
don't.
what did you say? I needed real details. How did you approach this?
I'm trying to remember exactly what I said.
Paraphrase. Paraphrase.
No, you know it gets real when
When a man squeezes the brim. It was something along the lines of.
I'm pretty sure I was just like, listen, like, I asked, like, do you think it's weird that like
Samoa's
people?
white, he'd be red right now. This guy, we can't tell though. We'll never know. We'll never know.
I said, like, do you think it's weird that like people keep bringing up the fact that like you and I are like real close, so that we should be dating or stuff like that? And she said no. And mind you, this girl has said to me before that like I could see us dating, kind of thing, right?
So she fucked with you. Okay.
Yeah, it definitely fucked with me. And then, but whatever, I'm not mad about it, right?
whatever.
But I was like, well, like, I basically said, like, I don't know, like, where my feelings are at, like, 100%. I'm not saying, like, I love you or anything like that.
He's treading so lightly.
But I am, no, I had to make it clear because, like,
of
it's one of
course.
those, it's a weird situation when you're friends with, like,
Right,
someone of the opposite sex for so long, right? And you think something could happen. And it was such a dangerous slope because, like, now
Can't go back.
me and this girl aren't friends anymore, right? We just
Can't go
aren't.
back. Once you open that door, it's like hit or miss. And
We're
it's
not-
like,
we're not
it's
friends.
like, okay, well, that didn't work. So can we just go back? Nope.
Yeah.
Can't go back.
You can't go
Happened to
back.
me as well.
And I was just like, listen, like I don't know where things could go moving forward, but I just feel like maybe this could work. We could try it and see what happens. And some people might think like I was kind of
So
selfish.
careful.
Yeah, I don't want to bring up names.
You know, maybe
and,
this could, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to say you got to do this, but I mean, maybe.
Hypothetically.
Yeah.
So if
But yeah, so I just said like that's essentially what I said.
Okay,
I
and
was
she
just
said
like,
what? Nah?
and she was just like,
Nah, dog.
nah, yeah, pretty much, bro.
She just said nah.
Nah, dog. She was just like, she's like, I don't feel the same way. And I was just like, okay. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah.
You remember that,
I'm not even
Simpsons episode
Which one?
when Lisa told
Ralph? That
Ralph,
she doesn't love him, and Ralph's heart just breaks.
and then
half.
Bart was like, "See, at this moment, you could see when Ralph's heart breaks."
That was pretty much me. Like, my heart wasn't broken. Like, I wasn't like cheese. What upset me more?
You're confused.
No, what upset me more about the situation than anything is how she responded to it, right?
So dry? Like she was dry?
Yeah, like, and so here's the thing, like, I get it, right? Like, not everyone has to be like,
Gotta let me down softly, bitch.
yeah, it's not like everyone has to be like that. But what kind of bothered me about the situation is that, like, we had been friends for like, and like very close friends for like probably like 4.5 years, right? Like, met her family loves me, like.
Yeah.
Even her family were saying like when
When are you guys gonna?
not jokingly, like for real, right? So I don't know, like I feel like if it's different, like I feel like if it was the opposite situation, roles were reversed, and a girl told me like this is more I like you, and I didn't feel the same way,
Right.
I probably would have been like a little bit nicer about the situation, given the fact that like I'd been friends, circumstances that I've been friends with you for so long, right? But the only reason like why we aren't friends anymore is it could be because I'm like petty, or but it's just because I'm just like I didn't like the way she was just like so dry about it, and then she just kind of acted like I wasn't even her friend for the past 4 years, right? So
she cut it in a way.
Pretty much, yeah. And I was just like,
So
okay,
she said no and cut it.
yeah, like
Cut it.
Wow, this girl's ruthless. Oh my god.
it is
I don't really feel that same as you do, and also, I think we should just stop all of this. Like, wow,
you know, like it was pretty savage.
That's
and
wild.
I'm just like, it is what it is. Like, so it was definitely like a learning experience. Because now moving forward, I truly believe like I would tell some of my friends that if they were in a similar position not to do it, right?
Yeah.
But that's almost kind of selfish because you never know what could happen, right? Like
some girls are waiting for you to do it.
It could very well happen, right? So, but for me in my situation, I would not play that back again.
You say you've been in a situation?
Yeah, I've been in a situation like that. It sounds very similar.
Confess your love to someone and she shut it down?
Did I? Man.
Yeah, I see. I've never done this. So
Confess your love, or you just like
I wasn't it wasn't like I love you.
Yeah,
It wasn't like that. It was something similar. Like it was someone that I was friends with for a while. Keyword was, you know.
That ends. It ends.
And it was like a lot of people were like, "Oh, you and it." I'm trying not to say the name.
Yeah.
You and such and such. You know, you should go. While I was with someone,
Right.
like it's kind of
You're like,
disrespectful, guys.
chill.
Like,
Yeah.
And then, like years later, same kind of thing. I was single, she was single, and then I was like, okay, maybe the lane is open.
yeah.
And I remember one of my friends was just like, "Oh, so when are you and her gonna like date?" And I'm like, "Man, stop playing, man. I heard all those jokes throughout high school and everything." And then she's just like, her friend, like her best friend, she was just like, "Oh, well, nah." She was like talking about you all summer.
So the
and
friend
everything.
set you up, huh?
So and then I'm like, you know, a light bulb went on.
You're like,
I'm like, okay, maybe the lane is open. But I was still skeptical because I was just like, okay, you know, if it works out, yeah, that's cool. If it doesn't, then not only is that
destroyed, like
that because
it's a risk, yeah.
it's risky. And then also the thing is, I think we have to look at it from their perspective as well, right? Because, you know, yeah, in your situation and in this situation, they essentially like, you know, cut the bridge, right? But it's like, imagine how it must be on them to like someone, because, you know, I'm sure someone may have like, you know, said like, oh, I like you or whatever. And then you don't feel that way. And then you just gotta, you know, kind of be like.
See, I've been in a situation.
I have as well. Yeah. And then it's like, that sucks because you can't be friends. I can't be friends with that person.
See, I feel.
But then it's like, with I feel like with dudes, it's a little bit more natural, or not natural, but it's more common for dudes to kind of be a little more like, not graceful, but like polite with that.
With women.
Not just women, but like just how they approach you know, that situation. Or with women, they probably get a lot of dudes like telling them that, you know, I like you or whatever. So
they're just so used to just shutting it down.
And but I'm not gonna say like every girl is like out here rejecting dudes every week, but you know, they go through a lot more, you know,
catcalling.
They go through a lot more stressful things in that regard than we will, right? So I just think that, like, you know, looking back in my situation, pretty much, I thought the lane was open. I went up, and then remember when LeBron pinned Iguodala?
Wow,
that pretty much because it was
what
bad.
What did she say back to you?
Nah, so this is what happened. I said it. Zamora knows. I said it.
What did you say?
I was just like, because
I can't remember who this is about.
We'll talk about
it.
This was when I was in like college, and she was at like, she went to a different college as well, different university. So it wasn't even like it was a.
I remember now. I'm not saying names, but I remember.
Okay.
So it wasn't even like a face-to-face thing, right? I had to do it over the phone, and pretty much I was just like, you know, paraphrase. I was just like, look, you know, all throughout high school, people were, you know, saying, you know, we should date or whatever, and you know, because we hung out a lot and everything, and I always thought there was a connection there.
You actually started with people from high school.
No, I said like, because I said like we need to talk.
Okay.
And it was a while ago, but I can't say exactly what I said, but I pretty much said like, you know, look, I always thought there was like something there, and like you know, is it crazy of me for like asking you if we could, you know, if you want to see if this could work, right?
Man came with the poetry. Okay.
And she said like she would be down. Like she said she felt the same way.
Okay.
And I was like, whoa, this is like crazy.
Right.
So I was on like top of the world.
Of course.
And then keep in mind, it wasn't like a face-to-face thing,
phone,
right?
Yeah.
It was on the phone, and you know, we'd be talking like every day and everything. And when she would come back to like the GTA, we would hang out. And then I just, you know when you can like kind of sense that like the relationship you're in, or it wasn't even a relationship at that point, but you know when even just through like texting someone, you could tell that like it isn't as fluid as it used to be, or
it changed.
The conversation,
the vibe changed.
The vibe just changed, and I was just kind of like, because I remember we were supposed to go to a Raptors game,
and it changed after that conversation.
And and it was just like I couldn't even like get like more than a sentence out of this girl, and then I remember one day she just called me or whatever. She's like, oh, we need to talk.
No.
And you know what's crazy? I've always said this is more. There's never been a situation ever in the world where a dude has heard we need to talk and like he thought it was going to be a good thing.
Never.
When I heard we need to talk, I was like, I already hung up my boots. I was like,
he was ready.
I was just like,
he's like, okay, well, that was a good run.
Good run, guys. You know, but yeah, so she was just pretty much like, she gave me the whole like, you know, it's not fair for me. It's not fair on you because I'm not like. But the thing is, when she told me that, you know, I respected that. You know, I'm not gonna be like, nah, like
you have no choice.
You gotta be with me. You gotta look. So I was like, okay.
Some man's would.
I know some people would, and they are what we call fuckboys. But anyway, I was just like, okay, well, this is my friend first, and you know, if this is how they feel, I'm gonna respect that. I can't. Obviously, I was upset, but I was like, okay, you know, if they're focusing on school or whatever, and they're doing this, and they said that they can't be in a relationship, then
Just
can I do
all excuses in the book, basically.
Yeah. So
like,
and then
school,
now
I'm busy.
now. I thought that was bad,
right.
but then this is when the LeBron block happened.
Wow.
I go on Facebook like the following week, and I see that, you know, this person was in a relationship with someone else. So it's just kind of like, okay.
Oh, so you're just busy, too busy for me.
Yeah. So I was just, it was just bad. But I mean,
it happens.
Yeah.
You know, that has happened to me, but it happens to people.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
maybe it's in the family.
Wow, this guy.
Maybe
it's only ever happened once.
Maybe it's a Johnson thing.
This is
maybe it's something about the voice. Maybe it's the voice that gets him.
I'm a cat, right?
Maybe she thought you were more at first.
Whatever.
And then she changed her mind.
Everything worked out in the end because
Mans are happy now.
I'm happy now.
Hey,
so yeah.
Hey,
whatever.
plug your girl right now.
Yeah. Shout out to Miko.
Hey.
I'm not gonna plug her Twitter because she says that she's my ghostwriter on my tweets, and that's not true.
But you know what's shitty about those situations is the fact that like when I look back on it, like I genuinely say to myself, I'm like, yo, Zmore, what were you thinking? Like, why did you do this?
But the thing in my situation, it was
why'd you rush it kind of thing?
No, what do you mean rush it, bro? It was 4.5 years. There is no rush. The reason I say this is because I'm just like, looking back on it, I'm like, was it really worth it?
You just left it?
Yeah, because part of me, because you never know, right?
Maybe you really wanted it though.
No.
Maybe at the time you really wanted it.
No. At the time, I know for a fact that like when I said it, it's because I wanted to say it, right? Okay. Like, and listen, as much as I'm saying this now, if I never said it, then like it could very well still be eating me up, right? That I never said anything. I don't want to be like those stupid romantic comedy movies where the dude doesn't say anything.
Ryan Gosling in them.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be like that.
10 years down the road, you've been still holding these feelings.
You see her in the grocery store. Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Just checking up.
I'm not trying to be that dude. Like,
hope you're doing well.
Her man comes in the other aisle. Hey, baby, you ready to go? Okay.
Oh, your man dressed well.
I'm not trying to be that dude. So it's just like, yo, if I'm at a point now where it's just like, I'm gonna tell you how I feel about some stuff, and then, like, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, right? But looking back, I'm just like, man, like, was it really worth it? Because like now I'm not friends with this person.
Yeah,
right?
that's why I was.
And it's like
that's the main thing. Like why I was like upset for the line, because I was just like, man, like I shot my shot.
The friendship.
Yeah,
and it's like
yo, because for me, you know how you said earlier, like, guys can be a little bit more graceful about those situations. I'm also very weird in the sense where it's like someone can do some like spooky or weird shit to me, and it's like as long as they like own up to it, like I can be friends with you after, right?
You know what though? For both of you guys, say you're both saying it fucked up the friendship, blah blah blah. Since both of you guys felt a certain way about her, she would be. Both girls no longer became your friend in your head. You have to understand that, right? So you're both saying like, "Oh, why'd I do that? Like, fucked up a friendship." Like, you both reached the point where she was no longer viewed as a friend in your head.
No.
See, I didn't even tell you everything. What? Like, it was like a messy situation.
Okay,
after.
all I'm trying to get to is that if you didn't say any of this, whatever, and she found a man, would you feel any way?
Well,
like, that's what I'm trying to say. Because if you wanted to keep it at a level where like, I have feelings for her, but I'm not gonna say anything because it would fuck up her friendship, blah blah. But on the flip side, if you didn't say anything, you both have feelings for these girls, didn't say anything, and they find an actual boyfriend, and they're like, "Oh my god, Kareem, oh my god, Zmore is my boyfriend, I love him, blah blah," and come talking to you about it as a friend, would you feel a certain way? Would be like, "Yo, don't fucking tell me about this guy. I don't care about this guy's business." Like, and then the thing is, if you feel that way, then they're not really your friend. Yeah, that's the flip side of it. Like, right?
You know, but the thing is though, like I was. Like that was a situation that already like I was in before because
with her,
yeah, like she already had like different dudes in there, and
and you liked it.
What do you mean? Did I like it?
Were you happy for her? Were you like, yeah, I'm glad
I was indifferent. Like I didn't care.
You can't be different. It's your friend.
No,
it's your friend.
I'll tell you why.
Okay, wait.
I'll tell you why. So the situation I was in, like, I knew that she had been like seeing dudes because she would tell me about it, and at the same time, I was also like seeing girls in relationships, right? But at no point during that period was I like, yo, this is kind of like weirding me out that like you're telling me about these guys, and because it was never like I had feelings for her all that time, right? It was when I got to a point where like I was single and like she was like not seeing anyone, and I was like, let me shoot my shot.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. Once you reach that point, that's when your friendship ended in your head.
No, it didn't reach. And no, because for me, after that point, like after the rejection happened, like I was like, this will sound crazy to people. I would have been because like she told me how she felt, and I was like,
you have no choice to go back.
No, you don't because you're not listening to me. Like
I know, because in my situation, like I said, when she told me at first, like why she couldn't do it, because that was my friend for so long, you know, and like we were so close. I was like, okay, like I'm upset, but that's my friend from, you know, so I'm gonna I have to respect that. I was willing to. I was like, okay, like
but I get what both of you guys are saying. I understand.
And I understand what you're saying, but it's like
it's like by default you have to go back to friends because she's still my friend. Forget everything else. At the baseline, this person's still my friend. Yes, but you had romantic feelings for this person, which means once you have a romantic feeling for a person, they're no longer solely your friend. So what I'm saying is,
I disagree a little bit.
How? Like
I disagree a little. I said a little bit because we already established this on an earlier podcast. So like, you generally have to like someone. Like, you gotta be friends
before you can date them.
You gotta be friends with someone in order to date them, right? And it's like, yes, I see where you're coming from. Where it's like, once I start thinking, oh, I might like this person.
When you date the person, that's what I'm saying.
They can no longer be they can no longer be just a friend.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
But the reason why, like, I repeatedly say on this podcast and other ones that like I am weird is that like I can very much like separate the two and act like some shit just never happened, right?
You're tricking yourself.
No, I'm not, because there have been times in my life where like people have like not even relationship related, right? Where like people have like done me wrong in certain things, guys or women, right? And most people would not continue to be friends with that person moving forward, right? But with me, like, if you can own up to the shit you did, and I can tell that you're genuinely sorry about it, I can continue being friends with you, right? And a lot of people in our generation can't seem to do that because they're either petty, which is hilarious because I said I was petty earlier. And it's no different than this, right? Like, yes, I recognize, I was just like, by telling this girl that I had feelings for her, or I might, like, maybe we should make this work, it could damage any friendship that we previously had, right? I knew that going into it. So it's not like by default, I was like, okay, if I tell her she says no, we can just go back to being friends. But I didn't make the decision, like, I never said in my own head, like, okay, we are no longer friends, right? What made me realize that was how they were moving after that situation happened, right? Like, this person could text me right now, ask me, like, how my day was, or, like, tell me about some shit, and I wouldn't feel any ways about it. They could text me about their boyfriend or some shit like that, and I quite honest to God.
Now you don't. But look how much time has passed. I'm just talking about in that moment. Yeah, now who cares? Like, yeah, text me or your man now, or whatever.
Right. In that moment, of course. Like, if it was like a month with it, like at any time, like, of course, because that is still fresh, right? But people mature. If you don't, if you cannot mature past a situation like that, then that says a lot more about you than it does that person.
I agree about the maturity. All I was trying to say was, once you reach any, and this goes for any, but like once you reach a point where like, yes, you build a friendship before you date. I completely agree with that. This is what you should do before you date anybody. Build a solid friendship first. So you're like, I like you as a person before anything. Once you like this person as a friend, then you start, going into a little bit more. Like, do I see them in a sexual way? Do I see them in a romantic way? Can I see myself with them? If you get to that point, you don't revert back to the friendship. The friendship's there. That's the foundation there. You don't have to worry about reverting back. Because it's like, now I'm going to a different stage. They're there with you, cool. But if you have always been friends with this person, never went into a romantic type of situation, and now you, and they don't feel that way, but you feel a way in a romantic way about that person, they are, to them, you are still solely a friend, nothing more. To you, they are a friend with a potential to be more. right? So there, if you shoot your shot and she's like, you know what, nah, I don't feel the same way. Yeah, we as guys, and I'm not gonna say only guys can do this because girls can do it too, but since we're all guys here, as guys, yeah, we have the ability to be like, oh shit, okay, you know what, that's fine. Let's just do what we're doing anyways, and we could do that. But the problem is, they now know you wanted them in that way. So whether you can go back to that, I can't go back to that because I now know, as a girl, I now know you view me in a sexual way. I now know that. I know that you just shot your shot to me. You can go back. You can go back to looking at me as whatever because you can do it because it's your feeling, sure. But I can't now because whether you go back to that, I know whether you still have it.
Is that not a maturity thing?
It is. It's a mature.
No,
it
is a maturity
for
thing.
who? For who?
It's like that is a maturity thing for both people involved.
For the girl.
Yo,
for the girl.
Because, so honestly, she's. I've been in that situation, the opposite end. Like I've had for girls that were my friends for like a long period of time tell me that like they like me as more than a friend, right?
Yes.
And I've declined.
Yes.
And that hasn't damaged the friendship whatsoever. And that didn't happen over time. It literally was in the moment. Like the next, I mean, like
it didn't damage the friendship for you because
it didn't damage the relationship. It didn't damage the friendship for them too because I made sure to let it be known that this will not be an issue for our friendship. I recognize that like by them telling me something that was very personal and me declining their feelings towards me, I could very well change the course of this friendship moving forward based on how I act towards them moving forward.
Sure.
So based on that being said, I knew that they now look at me in a sexual way, or they did before.
Yes.
I didn't let that affect our friendship.
Which you don't have to.
Which I don't have, but I didn't want.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the thing. I didn't want to because they were my friend first.
Absolutely.
So if I tell a girl or anyone this, and then they were just like, well, I can't go back to being friends with him.
No. You don't have to verbally say that. What I'm saying, do you truthfully think when you declined this girl, do you truthfully think she no longer liked you after that?
No, she so very well could.
So then how is that still just your friend? She's now only your friend by default. She has no choice.
Right. I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is that like it is a maturity thing moving forward with how both parties react to what has now just been said.
I understand.
So that's it. That's what I'm saying.
But one person, what I'm trying to explain to you is whether you act differently moving forward or you don't talk about certain things or you don't approach certain things differently since this conversation. You know how she feels. She knows you know how she feels. Whether your friendship hasn't been affected because you're not going to let it get affected, she's still holding on to feelings and has to like put them in the compartment away.
It's literally different.
That's what I'm saying.
I understand. But here's the thing. It's literally different for every single person. And a big part of it is the conversation that happens afterwards. In both Kadeem and I's situation, what did I tell you the reason why it was an issue?
Yeah, it turned out because she ruined the friendship after that because she didn't want it. She wasn't open to it.
But what was the thing? She was rude about it. It has nothing to do with her not, because I realized that was a possibility by me telling her, right? Yes. I realized she could just very well be like, nah, and I'd be fine about it.
Right.
What damaged the friendship moving forward was how she reacted towards it, right? That is it. That's it solely. Yeah. It has nothing to do with her not liking me, because that's a possibility with anyone you tell.
I know, but it's...
So what I'm saying is, yes, I understand that, like, just because she knows that, like, yo, this guy had feelings for me, because now they assume that, like, I'm going to continue having feelings for them after they already... And that is a maturity thing.
No. I'm not saying they assume. Not necessarily assuming that.
Bruh.
It's naturally. Listen,
you're kind of going around in circles.
No. Anyways, no. Your feelings aren't going away. Like they'll fade over time because you give up. Yes.
No, fam. Okay, look.
So all I'm saying is they're no longer just your friend. Once you disclose I care about you, or I look at you in a very sexual way, and you rejected it, you're no longer just a friend. That is my argument. Whether you disagree with it or not, you can disagree with it all you want. But I'm saying people adjust. You can say you can still have a friendship after that. You can adjust, but the feelings are there, and they just have to compartmentalize it and put it in you know, I can't bring his feelings out anymore.
I'm literally only telling you about what my feelings were and how I reacted in that situation. Sure. After I told this girl like how I felt, and she said no, I literally did not take these feelings and was just like, I'm gonna put them to the side.
Where did you put them?
I told, how many times in this podcast have I said I'm weird, in the sense that once she told me no, I was like, those feelings literally disappeared.
They disappeared.
Fam.
Okay.
Fam,
all right, this is good.
And
which
is why I also referenced.
This is like, did you guys watch Everyday Struggle when Joe Budden was telling Lil Yachty?
Yeah, this guy's telling me like.
No, okay. You know what? His feelings.
You can't be happy.
No, I'm not.
Feelings. People are fickle.
No, and like this is the exact reason why I said.
Disappeared. I'm sorry.
Fam.
Minutes after rejection, Zamora's feelings poofed into the air.
Fam.
Well,
this is
that's it. Okay,
this is the exact reason why I said in another situation where I was on the other end, because I've been on the opposite end where someone told me like I understood how they might think based on the things that you said.
Right.
So moving forward, like I wasn't like, okay, I know that this girl like had feelings for me or potentially still does and is now I didn't alter the way that I interacted with her. Right. Okay. That's my point. Because what she did in my situation was like after the day that I told her, it was just like
she sunned you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'm like, okay.
So I'm gonna back you in the corner right before we leave this point. Now, if you have a girlfriend, and you find out that there's a guy that she used to like, you find out there's a guy that used to like her, really liked her, they were friends. She shut it down and said, you know what? He told me he doesn't like me anymore, so we're still chilling still. But he did like me at the point. He liked me a lot. He told me he'd fuck me. But
what? Oh, that is so extreme,
why?
Ryan.
Why is that extreme?
Because it's not really.
No, why is it? Listen, why is it extreme? Why is it extreme?
Fine.
Based on his, why is it extreme?
Fine.
So one time we had a quick. No, this is not extreme at all.
I was like, whoa.
One conversation.
Everyone listening is gonna be like,
bro, that's not that wild. One day he said, you know, I thought about being with you. Sure, we're not. Let's not say fuck. One day he told her like, you know what, I really looked at you this way, blah blah. I've thought of being with you in that way. Let's just say I
thought this was a Christian show.
Let's just say I thought of you. Let's just say he told her, I've thought of you or looked at you in that way or being with you in that way, and she said, nah, you know, we're friends. I don't really look at you like that, blah blah. And he goes, you know what? Cool. Can we still be friends? I put these feelings disappeared. So whatever. Fuck what I said. I don't care what I said. Like, who cares what I said? I don't care what I said. Now we can still be friends. She's like, okay, cool. As long as you don't bring it up again. All right, fine. Now, are you comfortable with her still seeing this guy and being friends with each other? Knowing that information, knowing that knowing she told you, oh, this guy, we've been friends for a while. One day, it was just one time he told me that, like, he was sleeping with me one time. But then, like, after that, like, we talked about it.
He was what? Sorry.
He told me he would sleep with me once, and I shut it down. And after that, I was like, nah, we're good now.
Do I trust my girl? Yes or no?
You tell me. Do you not trust it? You not trust any of your girlfriends? I don't get it.
No.
Like, why is that not a given?
If I trust my girl, it's not an issue.
Why? Yes, it's
the fact that she because I didn't know you were making all these if I trust my girl,
it's your girlfriend, so
then the answer is I'm fine with it. If she's the one that told me about this, then I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I trust my girl, it's really that simple. Like I'm not gonna be insecure about it. Like,
sure. I just want to find out,
like, dog. Have you not had like? You've never had a girlfriend before who like they have guy friends that you know is like.
I don't care about guy friends.
That's why I don't care.
But that's what I'm asking for you. I'm not asking. I don't know you. Like I don't know your perspective.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't care. Like if I trust my girl, then I am fine with it.
Perfect. All right. Moving on. Some more feelings disappear.
Dog, no one has time to be harping on.
Next question.
Let me tell you about people. People have feelings. I know feelings are fickle.
Why is it like Joe Budden for real?
Hey man, I'm just trying to figure you out, bro.
Should be the name of the episode. Feelings are fickle.
Yeah, seriously. This will be the episode.
Last question.
Actually,
no. What? Fuck it. Who cares? Let's go.
One more, and then Kadeem's gonna ask this question.
Okay. I like them natural. We don't time this shit. So whatever.
Oh wow. Okay, we're gonna ask this one. The one that had us going wild.
This one?
Trying to not be crazy.
No.
Ellis the Menace.
Okay.
He asked, "Do you ever feel it's okay to hit a woman
No.
How the situation worked out.
Stop.
Nah.
I'm not gonna answer this question, but
Man,
can I
open it up with that.
No.
You can say it. No, say it on the podcast. No. You can disclose on the podcast because it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
sorry.
We don't believe
Disclaimer. I'm not for hitting women.
We're not for this at all.
I'm not for hitting women in
But
any way, shape, or form. When I read
this question was hilarious.
Didn't he tweet it? Didn't he insert?
Yeah, he
I
said,
read on Instagram. When I read this, I burst into tears. But I do not support this.
yeah, we don't support it at all.
Go ahead.
But he's like, it's okay to hit a
Stop, you
woman.
have to read it.
Had a situation where this chick I was dealing with got rude and vulgar with me. I walked away, but she followed because I stuttered and come back. My comeback game was weak. Anyway, she poked my forehead and I grabbed her wrist. Then she kicked me in the stomach. Let me give her one good thump on the bunk.
Stop.
Oh my god.
You have to read. Let me read it.
You read it.
He can't read it. He's dying. Okay. I'm gonna read it properly. So, Ellis Demenis asked us, do you ever feel it's okay to hit a woman? I had a situation where this chick I was dealing with got rude and vulgar with me. I walked away, but she followed. Because I stutter, my comeback game was weak. Anyway, she poked my forehead, I grabbed her wrists, then she kicked me in the stomach. Let me give her one good thump on her bum-clot stomach.
Jesus.
You have to understand, I don't support this at all, but when he asks a question, Ryan messaged me, he's like, Zabor, go look at her question page. And I go look, I started laughing. Not because...
Let me give her one good thump
not
on
because
her
of domestic violence, but because of how it was written.
I was crying.
Snitching on himself.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't hit women. Please.
Yeah, nah.
Please don't hit women. Anyways, we'll wrap up with your question. What's your question, sir? You have any questions for us? You witnessed this start from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know how this formulated. You support it, which is dope.
Who said I supported it? I've been on this for 60 minutes. None of y'all offered me a drink.
Shut that
no
up.
one offered me snacks.
Shut that up.
You live here too.
No,
Yeah. Are there any questions you have for either of us? It could be indirect, independent questions or group questions. Up to you.
Okay. I don't know if you guys covered this in any of your past episodes, but what is in today's like climate of of dating and relationships? How do you guys feel about like DMing and Tinder and all of that? Like, because I feel like a lot of people still look at it in a negative light. Like they'll be like, oh, you're on Tinder, like you DM that person. And to me, I'm like, all of this stuff should be normal by now.
Yeah, it's definitely okay. It's definitely normalized. We touched on it quickly actually before. But yeah, it's definitely become normalized. As you know, everyone's on social media. Everyone's on it.
Yeah.
Like it's become a second nature thing. Everyone has Instagram, everyone has Facebook, Twitter, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The more we shift into social media and the online presence, the less people are interacting with people in real life. It's just how it is. Like people go clubbing, people go out, but there's a lot of people complain about like, oh, I don't know where to meet people. Like, I don't go to the clubs. So how am I gonna meet someone? I don't like if you don't go to the gym, you're not gonna meet someone at the gym. If you don't go to the club, I'm not gonna meet people in the club. So like, I go to work, I go home. How do I meet guys or how do I meet women? Like, people have that issue because like everyone's so caught up in their lives. It's like, how do I just run into the woman of my dreams, right? So Instagram has become, and not just Instagram, any social outlet has just become a medium for us to find people and just socialize and interact and see your likes and dislikes. So I have nothing against Tinder. Like, I mean, Tinder has some negative connotation towards it just because people use it to fuck girls and fuck guys or whatever. Like, it's become a very sleazy app. It has a reputation for that now, right?
Yeah.
But
I'd say like a good 70% of people that are using those apps, that's what they're trying to do.
It's just a hit and smash and dip, right? Yeah. But away from Tinder, just doesn't have to be Tinder. Like any social media platform where you have the ability to reach out to such a larger audience, and like I can follow you, and someone likes something that I like, and go to their page, and we have similar interests. I see their page, like it's so much easier to get a quick snapshot of someone's life, like through social media, right?
That's true.
You send a DM, it's just like DM is viewed in negative light as well. Like, oh, you're sliding into DMs, but realistically,
that's no different. That's literally a DM.
It's no different walking up to a chick.
Exactly. It's no different than going to a bar or a club that you've never been to before
and walking up to them at the table, right?
It's no different.
wait. It is a little different because there's the barrier of a phone. Right.
Yeah.
So
but
it does take a lot more to walk up to someone in person and introduce yourself.
Some people would argue that though. Some people would argue
I wouldn't
that.
argue that.
I know people that would argue that.
I think it takes a lot more.
You know why people would argue that? Is because some people they have this whole idea that, you know, if they get rejected on like social media, because they've seen cases where someone has like DM'd someone or whatever, and then it was, you know, the person said no, it was embarrassing. The person screenshot it, they put it on social media.
There's that's a very specific type of person.
And also, like, I don't get me wrong, I feel like it still takes more to go up to someone in person.
Of course it does.
But for some people, they're more comfortable with doing it in person rather than online, because online, like you said, you kind of view people differently online sometimes. Some people, like, they're completely different people than how they are online.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna say they're like a catfish where they look differently. It's just that they're dynamic, for sure. Exactly. So it's like some people, you know, if they, you know, say you're someone you have Instagram and your Instagram page isn't popping. Like, you got like 5 pictures,
but you're a dope person.
And and you're like, you see this person on Instagram, you're like, damn, this person's fine. This person's cool or whatever. But you DM them, and they see you got a whack page, and they're like, you know, so it's like, I don't, you know, it's interesting.
I agree. I prefer meeting people in person because there's one, I know, just for my personal confidence, I know that when it comes to DMing people, like, I can say my DM game isn't strong. Like, I don't, that's not my thing. I don't DM girls like that. So, like, I'm not gonna say, like, I know what to say. Like, I have these go-to lines. Like, I'm more person in person because I like to make them laugh, and like my personality in person. Like,
I'm both.
I'd rather.
I had to look at the camera when I said I'm joking.
No, me personally, like, I'd rather meet someone in person than get caught up in the group of DMs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I don't want to be just another guy in your DM just saying, like, I know if it's me and a bunch of people in person.
Yeah.
I win. Like, for that, in that aspect. But when it comes to DMing, it's like, you don't know me just through a DM. You'll never know me. If you see a DM from me versus a DM from 10 other guys, you're not going to be like, oh, that guy, you're not going to know that. So I think it's just, there's too much ambiguity in DMs. So I try to stay away from that for me personally. Yeah,
I mean, there's an art to DMs, but, you know, that's a different, that's a different topic for a different day. But, you know,
what's your point? We discussed this briefly, but you can go ahead.
What about social media?
Just like he's like, what's your thoughts on DMs? Or is that question for me or was it for both?
Both.
Oh, okay.
You have another one, by the way?
Nah, that's it.
True, but like, I'm indifferent. I don't think there's an issue with it whatsoever. Like, it only becomes a problem when, like, you notice that you literally cannot talk to people, like, in real life, right? Like, I know some people that are, like, they're very slick, like, online and, like, social media, Instagram, like, Tinder, Bumble, all that shit, like, how they go about talking to girls. But when it comes to going out, their game's pretty weak, right? And, like, I guess you do what you're good at. Like, if you seem to get girls by doing what you're doing online, like, all the power to you. But I don't know, like,
eventually you gotta meet them.
Eventually you gotta meet them in person.
One other question then.
There's nothing more weird than, like, meeting someone off online, and then when you see them in person, you're just like
off online.
So when you're meeting them online,
we'll edit that out.
Yeah, when you meet them online and then you see them in person. And they're just, like, very weird, or they're very different to how they were when you were talking to them, right? Because I like conversation. It's just like, if we're texting one way, and then when I finally meet you, it's like
where's that person on the phone now?
Where's the person I was talking to? There's nothing more weird than that. So,
all right, I got one more question then. Okay, so, what do you think is, like, the kind of one of the main reasons why a lot of not even, I wouldn't say relationships, but okay, you know, when you're, like, talking to someone, you're recording,
sure,
you know, you're going on those initial dates or whatever,
you're in the situationship.
You're in a what do you think is, like, the leading cause of that? Like, if it doesn't work out, like, what do you think is the leading cause of that situationship, as you said, or that, you know, that interaction to fizzle out? What do you think, like, normally occurs?
Accessibility.
I think it's accessibility. Like, the fact that those people are also, like, when you're in the situationship, you're probably also in other
situationships
as well.
What's the situationship?
When you're not in a relationship.
What is it?
When you're not in a I think it's when you're not in a relationship yet.
But you're doing relationship shit.
You're doing relationship stuff. Like,
it's like oh yeah, we're going dates, take you out here, show you here, show you this, show my friends. Oh, but you're not my whoa, wait. Girl, chill, you're not my girlfriend. Like,
but then, okay, you know what? Because I've always said this, that like I feel like you know, and when you're like in your like late teens, early 20s or whatever, you meet a lot of temporary people and everything. Whether it's friends, whether it's like, you know, who you're dating and everything. Yeah. And I've noticed that around, you know, last couple of years, there's been this thing where a lot of people just aspire to be petty, you know? And I feel like when you're in situationships or when you're talking to people, and it's almost like a Cold War where you fully may like that person and you have a feeling that that person may like you. Right. You're in the situationship.
But no one's saying nothing?
But like I said, it's like a Cold War. There's this thing where
like a standoff.
It's a standoff.
I'm not gonna show feelings.
Yeah.
Like, and who's gonna show feelings
exactly.
first? Yeah.
And I feel like that kills many.
It's become cool to not care.
Thank you. And I don't understand what that is. It's so weird.
Yeah,
it's so messed up.
We're definitely in the era where it's cool to not have feelings.
We
all these fucking memes about I don't give a shit.
We have spoken about this so many times.
So dumb.
Like about the fact that like a lot of people are like they're not even emotionally trained at our age, right? Because once again, like Ryan said, like accessibility has a lot to do with that, right? Like if let's say I'm in a situationship with a girl and like there's just like one little thing that she's like not providing me, then I know that I could probably like go out and find someone to compensate for that particular part. But then like that person might not have something, so I'm going to another one. So it's like a vicious cycle if you fall into it, right? Which is why like most of those times fizzle out because no one is willing to actually just say like, yo, I actually kind of fuck with you, you know? And like, let's just see where this goes kind of thing. And so that's probably the main reason why I think it fizzles out. And then the other is just because like people don't want to communicate, you know? Like that's always like a big issue.
Communication.
Yeah. So it's a big issue. That's something I struggle with. I'm not gonna front. Like communication is something like when I'm in relationships with certain things.
I don't struggle with any. I'm perfect.
All right. Well, thanks, Kareem. You've been a great.
I know I've been great.
Wow. Okay, that's what we're doing. One last time, you get your plugs or socials. How can people find you?
You know, Kadeem the Dream. That's the dream, not the.
The
dream. Ebonics.
Dream.
Yeah.
Ebonics, huh?
I tried to have the dream, but
isn't that from? Wasn't that like an old rapper or basketball player? What's the nickname? Who's it? Kareem the Dream.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm such an idiot.
He's a team.
Or Hakeem the Dream.
Hakeem Kareem.
Hakeem
the Dream.
Yeah.
Fuck it, one of them.
Either way, there's
they both dream.
one Kadeem the Dream. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram.
Okay.
You know, I'm doing like my own little podcast with my friend Gulad. You know, but we'll see where that goes.
You started up already?
We started it up already, but
what's it called?
It's called I forgot the name. No, I'm playing. It's called Turn Your Location On.
Turn Your Location On?
Hilo. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, we'll see where it goes because it was
Turn Your Location On. Hilo.
Okay. Yeah, it was
Tylo.
It was start and stop. You know, He was in Brock. Now he's back.
You gotta be consistent with it, bro.
So yeah, we're gonna be. You know, we're not getting paid for it, so we're gonna do it when we feel like it.
Okay, fair enough. We don't get paid, you just gotta love it.
But you guys got a good thing going. You guys got a board and everything. You got mics.
Oh, must be the board.
We use your mics when you guys aren't here. So you guys think I'm playing?
Okay, I'm cheap.
That's rental fee, bro.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Whatever, man.
That's dope.
Yeah, my house. Yeah, my couch. But yeah, thank you.
No, thank you for coming by.
No, I didn't have a choice.
Wow.
No, I'm playing. I'm playing. Thank you.
So close out for some more. Let's see if people know this. I'm your host, MR.KOA, alongside
Kadeem the Dream.
Wow. You're supposed to say Top Boy.
Why do I do that?
I want
you pointing at me.
I want you to say Top Boy.
Okay.
Now you just ruined it. Now the time started. Now we have to. Wait, is GoPro stop? You did.
You didn't tell me about. We didn't rehearse this.
Oh my god!
Well, I'm supposed to say Top Boy.
You're supposed to be on. Yes.
Why?
So you can sound like him.
Man,
you idiot.
You should leave it like that.
No. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by. It was a dope episode. let's have you close out. Since the audio version right now, the audio version comes out first. So let's see if you guys even know who says it. You guys are both gonna say it. So let's see if you guys can tell us, tweet us who said Top Boy first. If you guys are watching it after the video's done, you guys are gonna know. But for the audio people listening right now, I'm gonna close out how I always close out. I'm your host, Mr. KOA, alongside
Top Boy.
Alongside
Top Boy.
Alongside
Kadeem the Dream.
Wow. We are We Need to Talk podcast.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.
We need to talk. We need to talk. We need to talk.